Hello everyone, welcome to this kind of another special episode of Moe'S CD Culture Show and Tell. And today I'm going to talk about instrumental works. Now, I talked about lyrics in another video. I'm going to make another episode eventually about lyrics again, but I'll be more in detail with lyrics that I can recite for you here and there, just to give you an idea of some of my favorite kind of lyrics that I love listening to. Like last time, it was basically lyrics in general. But for this, I am going to play in the background this. The name of the band, would have been Dreamer, and this is a four tunes recorded at the PML warehouse on 8-track in 1993. So this is not copyrighted by any studio or record label at all. So I'm going to put this on right now because I know that YouTube should not be able to flag this for any reason whatsoever, because it's not that kind of a song. So because the owner of the CD and the person playing on the CD, which is just a blank CD, gave me permission to do so. So I want to see if YouTube is going to think that this is belonging to somebody. I'm going to play it. It's going to be in the background, so it's instrumental. I don't want YouTube thinking that it's flagging me. But let's give this a minute. Now, there was meant to be lyrics with this eventually, but they couldn't find a singer that was able to be adequate enough for this type of music. So they never actually ended up ever putting lyrics to it or having somebody sing to it. But I think it works great as just instrumental. I don't want to put it any louder than that because I want you to be able to hear me properly, but I'm going to let this play. It's only 22 minutes long, and it's probably going to be the whole video where I'm going to play the whole thing. And besides, I'm talking over it anyway, so even if it was copyrighted, I don't know why YouTube would want to block it in the first place, because you got to be promoting artists. So yeah. So we're going to start right from pretty much the beginning of some of my favorite kind of instrumental stuff that I have here. Now, I'm not going to be including into this list here of I got quite a bit to show you anyway, but I'm not going to be including the instrumentals from bands like Iron Maiden or Metallica or Rush, because they have some kick-ass instrumental songs. I'm going to be showing you bands or artists that pretty much mostly do instrumental stuff, although some of the albums on there do have singing in it, like here and there, but it is like 80 to 90% instrumental. But let's start right from the beginning with there's the Ventures, 8 classic albums, and yeah, it's on 4 fantastic CDs that I really enjoy this. I need to play this a little bit more. I have played this a few times here and there. It's all really good stuff. I love the Ventures. I mean, that's really, for me, the start of some great, awesome instrumental works. Plus, I have this Rock and Roll Instrumental Party, the Absolute Essential 3 CD collection. And this is such a mix. I hope you can see this. It's kind of hard to see, but there is so much on there. I wish I could go through the list of it all, but it's going to take a little bit too much time. I don't want to spend that much time with this video. But it has some awesome stuff. From the Shadows to Dwayne Eddy, Dick Dale and his Deltones. And speaking of Dick Dale and his Deltones, I do got this also, the best of Dick Dale and his Deltones. Everything from Let's Go Trippin', Shake and Stomp, Misraloo, which everybody remembers from the Pulp Fiction soundtrack, and so much more. just to show you, I really love old classic rock and roll instrumental stuff. One of my favorites on here in some ways is Duane Eddy doing Because They're Young. I always loved that song, and I was so happy to finally have this on a collection. So this is amazing stuff. I really love it. And I don't want to end off with the classic stuff without mentioning, of course, Booker T and the MGs, which everybody should remember Green Onions as one of their hits. Yeah, it starts off with Green Onions. There's Chinese Checkers, Groovin', Soul Dressings, and Moe Onions eventually in here. There's also Hang 'em High, which I really love. And then there's also Time is Tight, which are some of the highlights on this. Yeah, Booker T and the MGs. Awesome stuff. Now, fast forward a little bit in the future, you know, and I want to present to you another one of my favorite artists, and you know, this is actually his live in LA, Stillness in Motion. It's a 2-disc set of all his greatest hits. But let's start off with the classic, the very first album I ever heard of Steve Vai, and that's Flexible. And this would be actually the 36th anniversary edition of Flexible. 36. Again, not a rounded number, just kind of weird that he would put the 36th anniversary edition of it. And yeah, I was happy to find this on CD. I still kind of need to get the Flexible leftovers, which would be awesome too, to eventually get. Now and then you get and then there's also, what else is there I want to show you? Do I have that here? Well, anyway, there's this here. I think I'm missing a CD. Just hold on one second. I just want to take a quick look here. Well, I am missing that. Okay, let's get into this more. Okay, but I do have this, which has 3 original album classics, like Passion and Warfare, there's Sex and Religion, and Alien Love Secrets. Those 3 albums. There are some singing and lyrics on a couple of these, you know, but again, mostly like 80% of this collection is instrumental stuff. So I really enjoy that. So let's see what else I can find here. So yeah, so I have of course Passion and Warfare on this, but I also have Passion and Warfare on this. It's actually more of a modern primitive, okay, but it has a copy of Passion and Warfare that actually has some extra bonus tracks, like the Lonely Elixir, We Are the One, side solo number 2, and then there's a track called As Above, and the the last track called So Below, and which are kind of companion pieces. So yeah, not only does it have a newer album called Modern Primitive, it does have like a special like remastered version of Passion and Warfare. So it's cool, like that I kind of have it twice. I have it on this and I have it on that. And again, this is all pretty much all instrumental stuff. Now, also have from him what is called the 7th song, because every one of his albums, the 7th song is a instrumental kind of deal. Not instrumental, I mean, of course instrumental, but it's more of a ballad. It's always the more softer love songs of his works. Always that 7th song would be the, like, for example, it starts off For the Love of God, I Surrender Tender, I think it's called. Sorry. Track number 1, For the Love of God, Touching Tongues, Windows of the Soul, Burning Down the Mountain, Tender Surrender, Hand on Heart. The number 7 song is an original song just for this called Melissa's Garden. Then there's Call Us Sleep. Then Christmas Time Is Here. And then the last 2 songs, which is specifically made for this album, is called The Wall of Light. And what's that last one called? Boston Rain Melody. And this is actually a great soothing kind of CD to put on for, like, if you're taking a bath or just want to relax. Yeah, this is great Steve Vai stuff. But of course, there's more. I already showed you that. So the last thing I want to show you of Steve Vai is my The Elusive Light and Sound, which of course has a really cool 3D cover on there. I hope you can kind of see the effect of that on there. So that's in 3D. Yeah. And then this has mainly, it's all on one disc, but it's all the stuff that he did for movies, like his movie soundtracks. So it starts off with it starts off with 2 original songs called Celluloid Heroes and Love Blood. But then there's music from the movie Crossroads, with the movie with Ralph Macchio, which has tracks Fried Chicken, Butler's Bag, because he plays Butler in the movie, where they do their cutting heads duel. And then there's Eugene's Trick Bag. It is so awesome having that track on this in such a high quality, great sounding, CD, a digital form. Then there's a music inspired by the movie Dudes, Amazing Grace, and Louisiana Swamp Song. And then there's music from the Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, which is the second Bill and Ted movie. And then there's music from Encino Man. And then there's a lot of music from a movie called PCU. And I really enjoy this. I think this is fantastic stuff. And yeah, it's awesome. It's not usual that I have actual music playing in my videos, but because I know this is not copyrighted, I wanted to give you a taste of some great instrumental stuff, like from a local guy that, like, okay, I thought Robert Cormier, who does the bass playing in the Francine McClure CD and stuff, I thought he actually lived in the building with Francine. He kind of lives a couple of blocks away. He just likes to visit here a lot because he's a partner with Francine, who does actually live in the building. So he doesn't actually live in the building, but he's a great friend of mine, a new friend, and I really enjoy his company. I really love talking about music with him, which is probably one of my favorite subjects of all time, talking about music. Now, I want to also, kind of in the same vein as Steve Vai, I can't go without mentioning Joe Satriani, and these are 8 of his albums that I have on CD form. Everything from Not of This Earth to there's right here, Surfing with the Alien, which is one of the classic, probably some of the best Joe Satriani stuff. And then there's Flying in the Blue Dream, that one right here. That's awesome. And yeah, this is a fantastic collection to have, and I'm so glad I picked these up. And now, last but not least of that collection, I have what they call the G3, which is a really cool live performance of Joe Satriani, Eric Johnson, and Steve Vai. And they each do 3 songs, and then there's 12 songs in all in this. So Joe Satriani does 3 songs, Eric Johnson does 3 songs, Steve Vai does 3 songs, then all 3 of them together do 3 more songs to end up off the concert. And this is fantastic to to, yeah, this is fantastic stuff to play. I really enjoy this too. So that's pretty much my collection of Steve Vai and Joe Satriani. Now, another quick band I want to show you here is a little known band that I really love. Their music is a little bit strange and crazy, but I have 3 CDs and plus kind of a DVD special, which also has a CD in it, of a band called Battles. This one is called La Di Da Di. This one here is called Juice Be Crypt. This one here is called Mirror, which is awesome. I think, yeah, that's the way it goes. And this is called I think, Tonto. Yeah, Battles Tonto, which has actually so it's 4 different versions of the track Tonto. It has a Leighton Decker, 2 versions of that, a live version and a cool remix. And then it has a bonus DVD which features the video for Tonto and Atlas, which is Atlas was the first video I saw of Battles, and that's what got me hooked on them. And I needed. There's still a couple more CDs in the collection I need to get, but I'm satisfied for now that I got what I got. So Battles, yeah. If you're not familiar with Battles, check out some of their stuff. They have a cool little video playlist that you can watch. That I don't know, they're different. They're not your average kind of instrumental band, but it's all instrumental. And there is a little bit of vocal work in it, but the vocals are not really like any lyrical kind of genius type of thing. It's just basically the vocals are added as an extra instrument that's not necessarily vocal, as in like for lyrics. So yeah, check out Battles. I think you would probably enjoy it if you love music as much as I do. And now, the last thing I want to show you guys as I'm going along with this is instrumental stuff. Like, it's still more instrumental stuff, but I do have extra like soundtracks to stuff. I have Bat Dance, which has lyrics to it and stuff, you know. No, that's not instrumental. What is it that I have instrumental? Yeah, I do have the Matrix soundtrack, which is instrumental stuff. But of course, I can't go without calling in the Dust Brothers. Just a second, there is a couple more CDs that I'm thinking of right now. I want to show you that's instrumental stuff. I just need to kind of find it here. Just 1 second, please. And talking while I do this. Yeah, there's this. There's this. There's this. And that's all I can find. So yeah, I'm going to get to it. Sorry about that. I should have been a little bit more prepared. I kind of want to drag this episode out until the music stops. So I want you to still, in the background, hear the music that's playing. Now, it sounds a little rough, but I love that. I think it gives that music character, you know? It's such great rock and instrumental stuff. But it was meant, it was meant to have lyrics to it, but they just couldn't find the right type of singer to go for that. So, yeah. So I can't end off like, okay, let's start off with Fight Club, of course, because Fight Club is as you should know by now if you watch my videos, it is still my favorite movie of all time. It is at the top of the list of my all-time favorite movies since I first saw it in I don't think I saw it right away in 1999 when it was released, because I didn't go see it in the theater. It was early in like January or February of 2000, where my brother showed me this cool copy, you know, like a special edition of Fight Club. It has commentaries and it had a second disc of special features. But yeah, the Dust Brothers. This is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. Also because I find the music so interesting and so quirky and so represents the movie that I can play this and it brings images of the movie in my head back to me. So that's a great instrumental album that I love. I mean, the last track is kind of still instrumental, but it has Brad Pitt talking as Tyler Durden, going through his diatribe and it's all spoken word type of stuff, but it's cool stuff. Now, talking about instrumental stuff, I do have Propellerhead, and there are some. I mean, I bought this because there are some singing in it, but it is mostly instrumental stuff. There's a History Repeating with Shirley Bassey, which is my favorite track on that, and the reason I bought this in the first place. But I love this. I think it's awesome. And no, not to forget that I bought Daft Punk Homework, of course, which is all instrumental stuff. It's on my shelf right there because I'll be playing that again tonight. I do want to play that later, so I will be playing that. There's Moby, of course, which is mostly instrumental stuff. There are some lyrical content, of course, but I really think the lyrics are incidental. Again, it's not for the lyrics, it's for the instrumental work of this that I love it, you know. And then there's the Matrix Reloaded. Not necessarily the first part, because that's kind of songs by other bands and there are lyrics in that. But I'm talking about the second part, which is just basically, it's just basically the soundtrack, like the Don Davis, the Don Davis Juno Reactor, kind of the actual symphony music of. Well, it's not a symphony because it's like electronic stuff in that, but it's great music from the Matrix that I really love. I particularly like it's all pretty good. So that is basically everything that I have of instrumental stuff. Oh no, I almost forgot one last thing here. And again, there are some lyrics to some of the songs, but it's the instrumental stuff like Black Star and Far Beyond the Sun that I really love. And there's also a Trilogy Suite Opus 5, which is amazing stuff. So before I let you go, we're just there's only a few minutes left of the CD left. So I'm just gonna let this play out as I talk to you about, I love instrumental music just as much as I love lyrics, okay? And I am a big lyrics fan. When the right type of lyrics hit me, it transports you into that realm of that, of different possibilities and everything. So, there it is. There's the album of Dreamer. And those four tracks of instrumental stuff, and I hope you enjoyed it. I know I've been talking through the whole thing, but that's kind of the point, So, as always, I'm going to leave you here because it's all over now. Please be safe, take care. I will see you on the flip side, and please, everybody, have a great day, evening, night, wherever you may be. Peace.